This is FE Peer Review. The date is the 18th of July 2023. Chaos and Order. Some of you may be aware of Rusty Walker's channel. He has produced quite a few very nice videos. They tend to be on the short side. Recently, he has started a series where he's addressing something like 24 questions for atheists or something like this that he got from somewhere else. And he's devoting one video to each question, keeping them quite concise and short, and I very much enjoy his responses. So I'm going to put a link in the description and in the pinned comment to Rusty's most recent video, and I encourage you to go look at it if you haven't already. So he's on question 15 here, and I'll read it for you. It's highlighted in the middle of the screen. Can you explain how personality could have ever evolved from the impersonal, or how order could have ever resulted from chaos? I'm not going to address the first part of that question, but I am going to address the second. How order could have ever resulted from chaos. I left a comment on Rusty's video and let him know that I was going to be making this video. I'll simply be reading my comment, so I will put that up on the screen with larger letters. The question of how order could evolve from chaos is built on some assumptions, perhaps unconscious assumptions. For a start, what appears to be, quote, order and, quote, chaos is essentially subjective. We are talking about what appears to be order and chaos to us. But take what appears to be chaos and which, in time, becomes what appears to be orderly. What we are noticing is a change towards something taking on a structure we can recognize. If it is the physical nature of that material to take on that order, then that order was in fact intrinsic to it from the start, in its apparently disordered state, just as our complex adult human bodies are intrinsic to the DNA-containing zygote from which we each develop. Now that we've noted the subjective element in this question, let's move on to another assumption. The question is asking how this happens. But as we saw above, the how is simply intrinsic to the innate qualities of the material. We don't ask how Newton's apple falls. We just note that it is an innate quality of mass to attract mass. The question of how is really a hidden question of why, and why is a tricky place to go. Why does mass attract mass? Being human, we instinctively seek agency underlying natural processes. We want there to be a reason why things happen, and not just a dry, impersonal explanation based on physics. Professor so-and-so says that the apple, quote, falls due to warping of space-time. We ourselves are motivated by drives. We constantly tinker with matter to control our environment. There is usually a why to the things we do. When we see nature changing around us, we unconsciously assume there is a driving force, a willful force behind this, a force with a motivation. In other words, a reasoning mind powerful enough to dominate the workings of the universe, a God. How does order result from chaos? The purpose of the question is really to plant in our minds the idea that there is a willful, motivating force that causes order to result from chaos. In other words, a creator. But based on what we observe, there is no reason to assume there is a why behind the appearance of order in the universe. There is no reason why matter would not be intrinsically orderly. No external willful motivating power is evident in creating order, nor does any such power appear necessary. What appears to us as order is simply an innate property of matter. Thanks for joining me today. I have been unable to produce videos for the last few months, but I hope I can get back and do a few more. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll take a moment to click the like button and subscribe if you have not already, and please do stop by Rusty Walker and give him a thumbs up. Have a great day, everybody. This is FE Peer Review.